my lovelies, welcome to my channel. Here we are doing a very quick, very easy, very effective spell for you guys. This has been highly requested. I'm actually doing a work for one of my clients right now that I am currently working with. And this is something that is necessary at the moment. So I'm going to definitely guide you guys through this process. Again, like I said, I have been highly requested. You guys have been mentioning a lot this to me, so I figured, you know what, we might as well get the ball rolling, as I am currently working for a specific spell for a client of mine, and this is something that needs to be done. So anyways, what you're going to be doing basically with this spell is it's going to help you remove any people that are coming in between you and your partner in regards to relationships. Okay, so let me be very clear in stating, if you are just recently dealing with or getting to know someone, this spell is not for you, okay? This is only for people that have had a stable relationship or you have been in a relationship with the person, okay? Very, very important. So what do I mean by that? Yeah, okay, so if you're dating a person but it's been on and off and it's nothing steady, it's not more of a one night stand type of thing, this is not for you. This is only for people that are currently in a relationship or have been in a relationship with the person in the past, and there was a third party type of energy. Specifically, the quicker you get the results, it has a lot to do with how long you've invested or how much emotionally invested you are in the relationship. So again, if you have been dating with a person and you know they just keep going back to the ex as an example, they're unsure, whatever the situation may be, this spell is for you. Again, do not to be confused with one night stands, friends with benefits type of thing, although it will give you results if you do it. But this is specifically for those of you guys that have had a relationship with this person and that person just does not seem to want to go away, or they just keep going back and forth with the ex, whatever that may be. Again, this spell is definitely for you, okay? So it's very easy. What you're going to be needing is, you're going to be needing obviously a jar. We're going to be, this has already been consecrated, you guys. Please make sure to cleanse and make sure that everything is charged before you're about to proceed, because this is, we are dealing with negative energy. So it's very important for you guys to be grounded. Very important for you guys to be protected, whatever it is that your religion or your practice is. Make sure to do a prayer to protect yourself, because we don't want any of that residue type of energy, okay? So anyways, the reason why I have gloves is because, as I'm telling you what we're going to be needing, it's kind of difficult when I have the gloves on. But I do have the gloves on, obviously, because there is certain things that I'll be using that have been consecrated, have been ritualized, and have been used particularly, or have been charged particularly for this type of spell. Nonetheless, I'm going to break it down to you guys very easy. And if you use any of the ingredients I'm mentioning and you do exactly as I'm telling you, I guarantee you guys are going to get results, okay? So anyways, moving along, what we're going to be needing is, you're going to be needing a lemon, okay? A jar or a glass. Doesn't matter. Just make sure, you guys, very important, not to reuse. If you're using a glass or a jar, just make sure not to reuse this type of not to reuse the jar or the glass that you'll be using, putting it back into your kitchenware. Please, 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 very important. Make sure that whatever it is that you guys use for a specific type of spell work, you're going to be, of course, the way we cleanse it out is obviously you wash it and rub it with alcohol so you could remove all negative residue from it, and then you go ahead and pretty much consecrate it to reuse it. But again, if you guys are not really into much of spell work, you're just going to be doing this one time, then once you're done and you've tossed out the things that are going to go in here, I suggest you guys toss this out to the trash as well. If you do do spell work, then obviously cleanse it and make sure to use it specifically for banishment type of spell work, okay? Not to be mixed with love spells, not to be mixed with anything that has to do with healing, with abundance, with love, none of that. Banishment is a very strong type of energy, and we do not mix those type of containers, jars, whatever, okay? So please make sure to note that. Anyways, moving along, you're going to be needing the jar, the lemon, as we mentioned. You're going to be needing pepper, black pepper. You're going to be needing some type of water. It doesn't matter what kind of water. Please, you guys, don't comment, you know, a million comments in the comment section asking what kind of water. Any type of water is fine. Also, you're going to be needing oil. So, obviously, you guys know I ritualize everything I use. So, obviously, I'm going to be using Banishing Oil. And let me grab this really quick. And Banishing seeds. Again, like I said, this has been already consecrated. But again, what you're going to be needing is basically any type of oil. It doesn't matter what kind of oil it is, so long as it's dark oil. So an example, it would be like, what is it called? Olive oil, grapeseed oil. Those are dark type of oils. You can use that, okay? You do not have, please don't go on there and say, I don't have banishing oil. You don't need it, okay? If I use it, I'm using it for a particular purpose so I can get extreme results, drastic results. Of course, if you're doing this for yourself, then obviously, again, like I said, it doesn't matter what kind of oil. Please, you guys, don't break your heads, you know, with certain type of, if I tell you, if you don't have a certain type of ingredient, you cannot do this, then I mean it. If I'm telling you it doesn't matter what type of oil, so long as it's dark oil, then you should be fine. Please do not overstress about this, okay? So anyways, moving along, you're going to be needing the glass or the jar, the pepper, the lemon, banishing oil or any dark oil. Again, like I said, grapeseed oil, virgin oil, olive oil. You're going to be needing water and strips of paper. You're going to be needing 2 strips of paper. If your partner is currently dealing with more than one person, so you would be using 1 or 2 papers. If they're dealing with 2 people that they keep, you know, playing pinball, going back and forth with them, then you're going to be using those, okay? So I made it pretty easy. Again, like I said, please don't go on the comment section saying, oh, I seen that you had a lemon that it looks a certain type of way. Please, it's because it's ritualized, okay? It's been ritualized. It has been used for specific, it has been charged for a specific purpose, but the same results you will get with a lemon, except not as drastic. At this point, we really don't care as far as my client's concerned, so that's what we're doing, okay? Please, please, please pay attention. Also, another thing very quick. I try to do my videos as quickly as possible. I get comments, you talk too much, or it's too long, whatever it may be. This is my channel, okay? And if I'm telling you how to do a specific spell, I always tell you the reasoning behind it. Whatever your reason may be, that's really your business, but I have to educate you guys, okay? And if you can appreciate that, then blessed be. If you can't, then just go to another channel. It's that simple. Anyways, moving along. Okay, so let's get right into it, all right? So I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. Oh, and the reason why I'm using the gloves, if you guys are asking, no, you guys do not need gloves. Don't go asking, oh, you know, I can't find gloves or something. And I understand your enthusiasm, and I understand why you guys, you know, when you don't have certain type of ingredients, why you guys ask. I understand 100%, I do. But if you see me do some extra stuff in the video and I don't mention about it, just know and understand that I'm working a specific person or for a specific client. Obviously, I do personalized spell work, particularly pertaining to the circumstances and situations. So obviously, I give you the rundown of what to do on your end, but don't expect for me to, you know, sit here and tell you exactly what I'm using and why I'm using it for all the time, because most of the time it's just having to do with what I'm using. And obviously we're going to be using chili pepper oils and banishing oils that are very, very strong, and they could actually go into my skin and then it burns and etc. So I'm trying to prevent that. Anyways, let's get going into this. Okay, very quickly, you're going to cut 2 strips, or as many, you know, if the person is dealing with more than 2 people, 2 exes, whatever, then you're going to cut 3 strips. 3 strips is going to be, 1 strip is going to be your partner, and then the 2 other people that he's dealing with. If he's only dealing with 1 other person, then it's going to be your partner's strip and the other person's strip, okay? So you're going to, I'm not sure if you can see here, okay? So it's gonna, you're gonna do your lover's full name is gonna go on this strip. So by lovers, I mean your boyfriend, your husband, your girlfriend, your wife, the person you're being with in a relationship, okay? So you're gonna put their full, their full name. So an example, Pinky Pink Star Doll is what is gonna go on here, because I'm pretending to do it for myself as an example. The second strip is gonna be the person's name, the person you're trying to remove. Okay, the person you're trying to remove from your partner's life. So it's going to be 2 strips, their full name. If you only have their first name, this spell is not for you. If you don't have their first name and have their last name, this spell is not for you. You have to have their full name. If they are from a different country and they go by a certain type of name here, but their real name is very different, then you need the birth name, the name that they were pretty much, you know, that was put on them when they were born. Very important. Once this is done, what you're going to do, as you guys can see here, I've already done this for time purposes. I have 3 here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the jar. Okay? So that's 1, 2, 3. All right? You guys can see they're in here. Okay. So let me move this very quickly. All right, so after you've written down their names, you are going to be needing a plate. I absolutely forgot to tell you guys that. So let me run really quick and get me my plate. So you're going to need a plate. It doesn't matter what kind of plate, so long as a plate that you use specifically for banishing purposes, or that you're going to be using only for banishing purposes. Meaning, if you use it and you get it from your kitchenware, make sure not to ever use it again, okay? Very important. Don't ask me why. It's just really important that you don't reuse it, okay? Where is my sea salt? Okay, here we go. I forgot to mention this to you guys. Okay. So you're going to be needing the plate and you're going to be needing sea salt, something I completely forgot to mention. But anyways, let's get into this. So I have my plate here. I'm going to remove this. You're going to put the jar with the names. Okay, you're going to get sea salt. Doesn't matter if you have sea salt or any, you know, just regular salt. So what we're going to do is, again, like I said, you are going to pour salt all over this plate. Very important to mention. Okay, it's not going to go in the jar, you guys. It's going to go on the plate. Okay. Obviously, you guys are, well, if you don't know, we use sea salt for many different purposes. We use it for protection, but we also use it for banishment. All right, so once you have the salt and you have the names on the papers, sorry, the names on the paper, it's going to go in the jar. Once you do that, what you're going to do is, give me 1 second. You can only do this on full moon or when the moon is waning. So what do I mean by waning? When it has just the first 2 days after the full moon, it begins to wane. It begins to get smaller and smaller until it goes dark in the sky. Meaning when you can't see it out in the sky for about 4 or 5 days, this is a perfect timing to do that. Any type of banishment, any type of removal of any type of energy, entity, or person, you do it when the moon is waning, or preferably full moon, or when the moon is waning. I hope that makes sense. So the reason for that is because full moon amplifies the energy, but it's also, it assists us just the way it assists us in love spells. It also assists us in banishing and removing because it's the ending cycle. So, and then when the moon is waning, it's what we consider dark moon, which is very powerful for these type of spells, okay? So anyways, you could do it any day, does not matter, so long as you don't do it on a Monday. Monday is the only exception. You guys already know, if you've been watching my videos for a very long time, you know I don't mess with Mondays. Mondays to us are days that we devote ourselves to our saint or to our deceased and dead people, spirits, and entities. So anyways, moving along. So once the sea salt is all around the plate, not inside the jar, but outside of, outside of the jar, then what we're going to do is we're going to cut the lemon, okay? So you have to cut this lemon in half. So let me move forward with this. As you guys, as I mentioned before, I had already, this is going to give me an amplified energy. So anyways, when you're about to pour the lemon, you're going to say, you're going to say, lemon separate her from him. Lemon separate them. Lemon scare her away. And then I'm going to repeat it again because I'm doing it for two people. Lemon separate her. Separate from him. Separate. Okay, so when you're squeezing the lemon, when you're squeezing the lemon, you're going to say out loud, lemon separate okay. So what you're going to say when you're squeezing the lemon is lemon separate her or him, whatever you're doing. An example, if it's for your boyfriend as an example, then you would say lemon separate him, and then you're going to say his full name. If it's for your girlfriend, you're going to say lemon separate her, and you're going to say her full name. And when you say that, you're going to say again, lemon separate them. Lemon scare her, if it's a her or if it's a him, depending on who you're doing this for. And when you say scare her, it or him, it's for the person that you're trying to banish. So you're going to say lemon separate her or him. Lemon separate them. Lemon scare her or him away. You're going to say their full name. And then once you do that, what you're going to do is you're going to get the pepper. And you're going to start putting the pepper in this container, okay? Make sure that when you're doing this with anger, with force. Put all your intention into it, you guys. Again, like I said, intention is everything. And when you're doing this aggressively, it is going towards these persons or these people that are just making your life miserable, okay? As we all know, men can be extremely stupid and women can be extremely stupid as well. So very, very important, okay? So anyways, when you're doing this, you're going to say out loud, pepper exile her or them, because I'm doing more than two people. And I'm going to say their name mentally.
Pepper exile her, exile them. Pepper separate her from his life.
And you're going to say their name, their full name. From my lover, husband or wife, etc. Forever. And you're going to repeat this again, okay? I will link this in the description box below. The prayer that you need to say. I know it's confusing, but it just basically depends if you're doing it for her, if you're doing it for a he, okay? Once this is done, the next step is you're going to make sure to say you exile them and separate them. Separate them from the life of your boyfriend or husband or girlfriend, whatever it is, forever. Then what you're going to do is you're going to add water. So let me get this really quick. In this part, you're going to be adding the oil, whatever oil that you're going to be using. Obviously, I have certain types of oils that I'm going to be putting. Give me 1 second. Again, like I said, just watch the video exactly how I do it. That's exactly how you're going to be doing it. And in the description box below, I will put the prayers for both, okay? Because we have to... All right. Once you put the oil in here, you're going to... Basically, you're going to do the same prayer, but again, like I said, look at the description box below. In the name of... Like the oil and the water separate you now. You are now separated like the oil and the water forever. What you're going to do now is you're going to cover it. You have two options. I cover all my works because I do work with different types of people, and I have different spells for different, different type of spells that are in my altar. So I have to cover it. But if this is for you, you do not need to cover this. Once you do this, you're going to leave it in a dark place. You cannot place this under your bed. It has to go either in the closet or under the sink, in your bathroom. It has to be away from sight, and it has to be in a dark place, dark room. Okay, very important. Closet is, that's my go-to. If if I was doing this for myself, you would do it in the closet. You're not gonna touch it. You're not gonna disturb it for the next 24 hours. Very important to hold, very important for you to write down exactly when you're doing this, because you cannot disturb it. You cannot touch it within 24 hours. After the 24 hours are done, what you're going to do is you're going to open the jar, or if you're doing this for yourself and you just put it away. Once this is done, you're going to toss out the salt. You're going to get this jar or the glass, wherever you're doing this. You're going to toss it away from your home. You cannot toss this in your backyard, in the front of your in the front entrance of your home, whatever. No, you have to toss this out away from your home, preference at a park or a cemetery. You're going to toss this out, and you can keep the container or the glass if you want to redo banishing spells and stuff like that. Keep it, but make sure to cleanse it. Always cleanse it. Very important. Also, as you can see in the background, I have a black candle. This is a 7-day candle, and this is it has been consecrated and charged. You can get yourself a black candle. Doesn't matter what kind of candle. You could just put some holy water on it, or you could put the intention towards it that you're going to use it just so any residue, negative energy that is excess or that is surrounding you, once this is done, the black candles always pretty much suction in that negative energy, and it regenerates and transmutes the negative into positive. Very important to do when you're doing this type of spell work, okay? The candle is not necessary. I will not list it that you need it. But if you know about the craft or the esoteric, you obviously know that the energy has to go somewhere. Better go here than to be basically, in your home or in your surroundings. Anyways, once this is done, again, like I said, after 24 hours, you're going to get this. You're going to toss out the salt. You're going to toss out the salt where you're tossing the things inside the jar. So again, like I said, preference at a park or a cemetery. Once this is done, and you've tossed out everything, I guarantee you within 7 days, there should be some change. Within 7 days, either this person communicates, your partner communicates that, you know, they're completely done with them, or you will quickly find out that they're no longer dealing with them. Again, like I said, very important to do it the way I'm telling you. And at the end of the day, if you do it exactly the way I'm telling you and your intention, faith goes into this, once you do this, again, like I said, I guarantee you within 7 days, you're going to see results. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I try to do it as quick as possible. I know it's very simple, but I have to go into the specifics just so you guys know what you're getting into. And again, so I wish you guys the very best. Like, comment, share. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe, and we'll see each other soon. Let me move this a little bit so you guys can see kind of how it's going to look, okay? So anyways, wish you guys many blessings and talk to you guys soon. Bye.